Alright, so a couple weeks ago we installed the Ring doorbell at Justin's house here, and it seemed to work pretty well. But it didn't work well enough for us. So in today's video, we're actually going to be replacing that with the Nest Hello. But before we get started, I do want to say hi. My name is Carl, everybody's favorite ginger, and welcome to the Real Ginger Tech. Here, I like to do tips, tricks, and reviews on just about anything tech I can get my hands on. If you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell icon to be notified of when I release new videos just like this one. Also, hit me up over on Twitter, @RealGingerTech. I like to keep in touch with you guys in between videos, and it's a good way for us to do that. So, there's a reason we went with the Nest. And just long story short, the main reason was, even though we turned down the Ring doorbell to its lowest setting, the motion sensor was getting tripped pretty frequently. And so that kind of was a deal breaker, because we do want the notifications, but we don't want them every time a butterfly goes by. So we're going to give this a shot. Hope it works out a little better. The biggest differences here are a higher video quality, obviously a different manufacturer, and it's also supposed to have better audio quality with it, and it has face detection. So it recognizes when you have people coming over repeatedly. So when I'm over here 3-4 times a week doing videos, playing games, whatever, it's going to recognize me. So let's get started here and jump right in and see what this thing comes with. Take off everything but one sticker, makes it a little harder to open, but maybe we'll get it. Oh, pull tab. All right, well, that's simple enough. So the first thing I noticed about this compared to the Ring doorbell is that footprint. That is tiny in comparison. The other one was a brick, basically. So makes me wonder what the quality is going to be like at it. It does sport a 1600 by 1200 resolution camera. It's not a wide camera, but it is still going to be an HD camera. It has a 4:3 aspect ratio. So also in the box, you get more packing material, an envelope with, I'm assuming, instructions, which we'll talk a little more about that before we get installed. Set it up. Oh, and you got a little, hey, Nest decal there you could slap on the window, use it as a security deterrent. You also get in here a box of something. Can't make this easier to open. It's like child-proof. It opens that way. Alright, so like the Ring doorbell, you do have the drill bits, wall anchors, screws. One other thing that I did notice about it, it doesn't have the, it has a different connector type when connecting to the plate, which I'm a little concerned on. So we did watch the video on the install of this, and this little piece right here, so we don't get that, that is what it actually is used to take this on and off. But we'll see how that goes. I did like the Nest, or the Ring doorbell, and it had those screws with the security screws on there. With this, you also do get, I was really impressed by seeing this, they include quick connect pieces. So you're not having to strip wires or do additional work, that you can just use these guys if the wiring there isn't long enough or isn't good enough. It also does come with standard mounting plate. This will just face it straight forward, and then it has an angle bracket. So in the case of Justin's house here, it's very, very close to a wall, and that wall will actually kind of reflect a lot of light because it's a white vinyl, and being able to face that out a little bit will give a much better picture, and it won't be quite as washed out. So that's the angle bracket, and then the standard mounting bracket, and then this one here is actually the connectors that are going to go into the door chime. So wherever that's located, this is what that's going to get connected to. And what this does is it allows for enough power for it to stay on, especially if you have a digital one, it needs to keep a certain amount of power. And then it's also going to work with the Nest there. That's going to be it for the box. Kind of touched on the instructions here a little bit. We watched the video on how to install this, and one thing was very apparent from Google on this, because this is a Google product, is they repeatedly recommended find a pro. We got 2 of them here. We don't need a pro. We're gonna do this ourselves. So follow along. You could watch this video on how to install it rather than the other one. And I think we're gonna go ahead and just get started here. All right, so one thing we did not get to see when installing the Ring doorbell was Justin's beautiful pug painting here. He did this himself. And also the doorbell, which is why we're the main reason we're here. We have to take this and put it in here or on here. We're hoping it all fits inside. This is a digital door chime, and toss that down there. Hopefully at the end of all of it, it's gonna fit right inside there if we get everything looking nice. We did cut the power. There is a rather well explained lengthy video that you can watch from Nest, or you can watch this, more of an abridged version. Basically, we have to connect 2 wires into here and then back into there, and then tuck that in there and hope it all works well. We're gonna do white wire first. And we have 3 wires, only 2 of these are going to be used. The front one here that's labeled front is going to go into the white, and then the trans is going to go into the gray. You're going to take the trans and you're going to just insert it directly into, or not the trans, sorry, the front directly into the white here. And it actually kind of, you can hear a little click in there. And now if you pull on it, nothing's going to happen. If you do get them backwards and you catch it beforehand, you can just squeeze there, pulls right off. A little locking mechanism there. Give it a little tug, it's nice and tight. Now I can take the white end with the hook on it here and hook it, open it up a little, hook it directly onto where it says front. So we're gonna just rinse and repeat for the trans here. Insert, so you hit that, hear that nice click there, and hook the gray wire into trans. Now these are color specific, so you do want to make sure you follow those options there. And it's wired up. So now we're just going to be tucking it back up in here because we have room for it. If you don't have room for it, it does have an adhesive backing that you can put it on the outside of the box. This part's done. We're going to move on to the actual doorbell installation outside right now. All right, so we have already taken off the Ring doorbell here. If you want to know how to take it off, just watch the video of me installing it, but watch it in reverse, and then you'll know how to take it off. So this is actually going to be a pretty simple installation. We are going to be using the angled wall plate to get it facing away from this wall a little more. And one thing we noticed here is there is little tabs here with covers because there's an adhesive on back, so that will adhere here. And you want to make sure the Nest Hello icon is at the bottom. And so all we have to do here, pull off tab, stick it to the door, get it lined up where we want, give it a good squeeze, and now it's on there all by itself. This one, unlike the Ring, is only 2 screws, so we're going to have some extra screw holes here we'll have to fill in later. One thing in the instructions they did mention is make sure that the actual wires are coming through the bottom half here. So, and it does come with extensions if you don't have enough. It might have helped out here a little bit, but I think we got it. Get that tightened into place and tuck the wires back in out of the way. You do want to insert the top end in first, and the bottom just kind of clicks in there, and it's installed. All right, and that is how you install a Nest Hello. So pretty simple install, a little more than just the Ring. That was all done at the actual doorbell. This, we did have to go up into the actual chime upstairs, which, I mean, it adds a little bit more to it, but I still think it was overall pretty simple and self-explanatory. Great picture quality. I'll try and throw something up here, and we're pretty happy with it. The setup was simple as can be. It walks you through the install process just like the app for the Ring. And one feature, because this is a Google product and this is a Google house, seamless setup with the Google devices. Once the power was flipped back on, we hit that doorbell. It showed up on the Google Home Hub live view, and it announced on all the Google Homes that there was somebody at the door. So that's pretty nice. The fact that if you're a Google household, this will work pretty much seamlessly. But so far, this seems to have, in my opinion, a much better video quality. This is their first generation attempt. The Ring that we had was their first generation attempt from Amazon. So it's not exactly a fair fight, because this is $200. We only spent $100 on the Ring doorbell, and the second generation Ring doorbell, $200. Maybe something we'll look into later on down the road. So if you liked the video, be sure to hit the thumbs up. If you disliked it, I don't know, hit the dislike button, kind of a given. Either way, be sure to subscribe. Hit the bell icon to be notified when we release new videos like this. I'll see you in the next video.